was early 2000s Android forums, a place where people who were passionate about, well, humanoid androids could discuss their craft and passion. On one of these old forums, it was discovered that Tom Bergeron was an active community member, and he was frequently discussing his latest project, Tara the Robot. And it was fortunately discovered that no, Tara was not simply modeling the clothes of dead victims. Tara was a project that Tom was working on, a project that he believed to be the future of entertainment. See, Tara the Robot was Tom Bergeron's pride and joy, and the goal with the singing robot was to essentially create animatronic artists for concerts worldwide. Kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, just even creepier. But yeah, while one cryptic video posted to YouTube can spark a lot of conspiracy and controversy, in reality, or at least in the case of Tara the Robot and I Feel Fantastic, the music video, all this really was at its core was a man trying to showcase his engineering prowess and demonstrate how animatronics could potentially look in entertainment in the near future. And while we don't know what John Bergeron is up to these days, I think it's safe to say that regardless of what he's doing now, his contribution to the Android space has definitely made an impact on the internet, albeit likely not in the way that he intended. Honestly, it's kind of funny to just imagine, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, you're so passionate about something, you think this business is the future, you create a prototype, you post it online to show the world, and the instant response is, oh my god, he's a killer, scary, he's a killer, look at this, it's a monster. I mean, realistically, with how creepy it is, that's not an unreasonable reaction, but it's hilarious to think that this guy was trying to share his passion, and everybody instantly thought he was a killer with malice intentions. Lily Peters. Lily Peters was a 10-year-old girl from Wisconsin. She lived a normal, happy, healthy life. That was until April of 2022, exactly 4 years ago to the month of recording this video. During this time, Lily was spending time at her aunt's house, something she did often. And as it was coming time to leave, Lily got on her bike and started to head home. Although, when Lily didn't arrive home nearly an hour after she typically got home, her parents got concerned. Lily's dad ended up calling his sister, Lily's aunt, to see when Lily was going to head home. However, Lily's aunt informed her dad that she left an hour ago, which, unsurprisingly, caused panic in both the aunt and the father of Lily. Immediately after this discovery, Lily's dad began retracing Lily's possible steps, as there's not many places she could have gone or got lost. Lily's parents and her aunt only lived 3 minutes apart by bike, and this bike ride that Lily took was something she did often and was a safe route, meaning that there was nearly no logical explanation for why she would not be home on time or at all. And it was for that reason that Lily's parents decided to contact authorities once they were certain she wasn't lost or just simply taking her time getting home. After an official report was made on the missing child, police made a shocking discovery that night. They were able to locate Lily's bike, although it was abandoned and there was no sign of Lily anywhere. That was until the following morning, when during a routine search, one of the members on the search and rescue team found Lily Peters' lifeless body hidden in the woods. This discovery unfortunately confirmed the worst for everybody who knew and loved Lily, although this discovery only left more questions than answers. And that was because there was no clear motives for who could have done this and who would have wanted to do this. At the time of discovery, all the authorities knew was that they were dealing with a dead child who had been mutilated and dumped, seemingly for no reason, on a relatively short and routine bike ride. However, it wouldn't be long for the police to establish a motive and a timeline, surprisingly in part due to a Reddit comment from somebody who was playing Pokemon Go. As this tragic murder was beginning to make headlines across the nation, people began discussing the details on true crime subreddits and also tried their best to potentially theorize on what could be going on. It was in one of these true crime threads when a commenter claimed that they were playing Pokemon Go in the same area where the murder took place. And this player remembers seeing 2 children walking on the trails. And this player mentioned seeing a young girl that fit the exact description of Lily Peters. And the young boy that she was with ended up having a description that matched exactly with her 14-year-old cousin. Fortunately, this information was promptly reported to the local police department that was on the case, and it was actually that piece of information that gave the police enough evidence to arrest the 14-year-old boy they were already beginning to suspect. The 14-year-old boy, as I mentioned, was Lily Peters' 14-year-old cousin, and her cousin, of course, lived at the aunt's house she was just spending time at. It's been reported that when Lily was going to head home, her cousin offered to take the ride with her. She would ride her bike, and he would ride his hoverboard. Not long after they left their house, the 14-year-old boy suggested that they go to a nearby trail to play a bit more before she went home. And then once they made it to the trail, he suggested that they maybe go off-trail. And it was during this time off-trail that this 14-year-old boy assaulted, violated, and killed his 10-year-old baby cousin. After the 14-year-old was arrested, he not only admitted to everything that was done to Lily, but also admitted that what he did was premeditated and planned, proving that he had every intention of ending the life of his cousin before they ever even left the house. Because of the sheer depravity and seriousness of the situation, Lily's cousin, the 14-year-old killer, was convicted on multiple felony accounts of assault, rape, and murder as an adult. And his trial is actually set for this year. The story of Lily Phillips is by far the most tragic on this entire list. This wasn't an obscure art project or a gas leak. This was genuinely pure evil. and resulted in the loss of an innocent life that was completely avoidable. Truly, there are so many upsetting and disturbing details about the entire situation, and if you're into true crime, I'm sure you likely already know about it, but doing research for this video, I was truly just sickened to learn all of the details of the case, specifically about the family dynamic and how the cousin's dad was already in jail for, well, bad content of kids, if you get my drift. But yeah, it's just so crazy and upsetting to think that a 14-year-old boy could do something so depraved to his 10-year-old cousin. Regardless, the silver lining in the situation is the fact that Lily was soon found after she went missing, and justice was quickly served after the investigation was opened. Partially, in part, to a Reddit comment from somebody who was just playing Pokemon Go. I guess the moral of the story, at least in this section, is that if you see something, say something, because you really never know the impact it could have. In situations like this, I always like to remind myself and the audience that this is a real situation. A real life was lost, real families were impacted, and numerous people's lives were changed forever due to the actions of one individual. And for that reason, whenever I discuss murder or similar sensitive topics, I do my absolute best to be as respectful as possible. And I request you do the same if you end up discussing this section in the comments. With that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is the first video I've ever made about internet mysteries, or really internet anything. Well, actually that's not true. I made my first internet video a couple months ago when I made the video about crazy internet trends that people actually did. That video is pretty funny, and if you want a palate cleanse or just to cheer up,